Here. Let me bring in our team who's going to be with us until this splashdown happens. Tom Costello, Marissa Parra, Gotti Schwartz, along with some experts who know space better than anybody. Dr. Emily Rice, astrophysics professor at the City University of New York. Nicole Stott, former NASA astronaut and engineer. Charlie Camarda, former NASA shuttle astronaut and Johnson Space Center engineering director. So here we go, 16 minutes away. Tom, I'll go to you first here. You've been listening in to the NASA plan here. Is everything on track? Splashdown off the coast of Florida?
Yeah, so far so good. They're going to have a loss of signal. That's completely expected. It's going to happen from 5:44 until 5:51. Loss of comms on the normal blackout. Visors are down right now, and they are very much beginning now the process as they are now. Well, Charlie can tell us because he was on board Discovery as they re-entered the Earth's atmosphere. But pretty soon, if not now, they're about to really start to slow down, and then they will deploy their first chutes, right? The drogue parachutes will deploy when they're at about 18,000 feet. And that will slow them from 350 miles an hour. And then the four main chutes will drop when they're at about 119 miles per hour. And so this is all looking like it is on target as these four. And let me just remind the audience, as you suggested, we talk a lot about Butch and Sonny, but the commander of this flight right now is actually Nick Hague, a veteran of the astronaut corps, and then Alexander Gorbanov is the cosmonaut who's on board. They were the original Crew 9 crew, and then Butch and Sonny filled out the other two seats in September. So that's how Butch and Sonny are hitching a ride back home as a part of Crew 9.
Tom, to be clear here, we probably won't see much because it's daylight, right, as far as the moments when it gets closer to the splashdown?
I think, knowing SpaceX, I think they've got cameras everywhere. I think we'll probably certainly see the parachutes deploy. I would not be surprised if they have cameras on the mothership. Its name is Megan. And again, they will
have lost Tom's comms there.
They will, yep, that's normal. That was expected.
Because Marissa says we're taking a look here at the watch party there at NASA, in Boston on the right, NASA control room, essentially the SpaceX control room on the left there with NASA TV. Marissa, talk through about the last 17 hours of the lives of these four astronauts here, what that journey looked like between undocking and now.
Yeah, so in this process between undocking and between deorbit, which we saw around 5:11, and of course Tom was talking to you about that live on the air here, Hallie. In this process of phasing, I actually had a chance to speak to somebody about NASA, with NASA, about what happens in this process. So while they are undocking, they are suited up, and of course they are in their seats. But once they get further enough away from the ISS, they are able to get out of their suits, get out of their seats, change into something more comfortable if they choose. And then they have, of course, a carefully choreographed time. And what this means is you have pre-sleep time, you have designated sleep time, you have post-sleep time, and then you have, quote, off-duty time, where they can do whatever they choose to do, whether that means catching up with each other, because this is the last time the four of them are going to be in this capsule together, probably, and whether it's looking out the window, the very last time, potentially, altogether, rehashing, writing down memories, whatever they choose to do. Former astronaut Mike Massimino told me that this time is a sentimental and a special time, Hallie. But then I was told by NASA that around 3 o'clock they were told to get their suits back on. Obviously, as we get closer to that deorbit time, they were asked to sit down in their seats. And then, of course, now, those crucial minutes leading up to it, we know that they are strapped in and waiting for their return to Earth. And as Tom has talked about, after so much time in microgravity, that gravity starts to really sneak up on you before it just really feels very heavy. It's been a long time, so it's going to hit them like a ton of bricks, Sally.
Well, Charlie, as somebody who has experienced that, walk us through what this is like now when you're, less than 20 minutes on a long road trip. You can see the finish line here. It's got to be pretty emotional.
It was pretty exciting. For our flight right after the Columbia accident, when we were going through the entry phase, it was really critical. It was crucial, especially for our families back on Earth. But it's exciting. We can't wait to get back home. Can't wait to see our families, and can't wait to eat, according to Mike Massimino.
Nicole, as somebody who also spent, triple-digit days on the International Space Station, there is a lot of work that can be done, and there's a lot of work that Butch and Sonny and their crewmates did while they were up there, essentially taking advantage of those extra, 8.5 months that they weren't expecting to be up there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, they were a very valuable part of the crew on board the station during that time. They both have had space station, long duration spaceflight experience before. So, they could float right in and get going. And, I love that you speak to the work that's going on up there. I hope people will look more into it and, really realize how off the Earth, for the Earth it is, that everything that's being done up there is ultimately about improving life on Earth.
Gotti, speak to that a bit as we're looking here. 5:46 Eastern, so we are just about T-minus under 11 minutes. Hi, friend, until this thing splashes down here.
This is my favorite time. 5:44 started what I consider to be plasma time. I know that it's the communication blackout. NASA's got all kinds of different words and terms for it. To me, it is plasma time. Right now, human beings are enveloped in plasma, superheated atmosphere. It's 3,000 degrees. It's basically like the surface temperature of lava. And these four humans are enveloped in this shield of plasma as the capsule is coming back down to Earth. It is like the most wild feat of human engineering. We're just like cool with it. We think it's normal. This is not normal at all. This is incredible what human beings do at this moment. The reason why there's a communication blackout right now is because that superheated plasma that is hitting the bottom of the capsule right now, it ionizes the particles. So there's no communication in, no communication out. Things are going to really start to slow down. But remember, it's going from like 17,000 miles an hour right now. It's burning itself. It's really slowing down as that plasma is enveloping that capsule, slowing down. That is the parachute, if you will, right now. The atmosphere is acting as the slowing down braking mechanism. Then it will get into our atmosphere. Those two drogue parachutes will come out. They'll do some of the heavy lifting, take it from like 300 miles an hour down to 100 miles an hour. Then those four massive parachutes are going to come out, and then they're going to do the rest. Like, humans just invented parachutes in the 1700s, and now we are starting to see these things used, almost on a daily basis here. This is going to be so exciting. I can't wait to see those parachutes pop out.
Dude, you are such a space geek, and I love it, and I'm so here for it. And we're going to be rolling on this.
Time. This is plasma
It's incredible.
time.
What's interesting here, Emily, as we talk about SpaceX, they've done this before. They've brought in, obviously, these capsules from space. They have done this successfully, repeatedly before. They may not do it again off the coast of Florida, it sounds like, because the weather is generally better, like in the Pacific over on the West Coast. But speak to the evolution that SpaceX has gone through as they are looking to really push the boundaries of what can be done in and around space.
Yeah, SpaceX has become a huge success as part of this NASA Commercial Crew Program. Kind of from the beginning, Boeing and SpaceX both had bids accepted, but we know now that Starliner has had quite a few more hiccups, resulting in these astronauts coming back on a Dragon capsule. And that Dragon capsule that just went up with Crew 10, I believe it was its fourth time flown. And so now this is the Dragon Crew 9 coming down. I believe it's the 10th time a Dragon capsule has come down, including a Demo 2 mission that was with a crew on board, but not part of the NASA Commercial Crew. And so just SpaceX is becoming one of the workhorse spaceflight capsules here, and I'm fully on board with the Space Geek crew. It's phenomenal to watch this. Yeah.
Gotti, in about 10 seconds, tell us what we're looking at here.
Right now, we're looking at plasma. It's starting to slow down, but we're looking at a shot from one of their high-altitude planes right now. I think it's a B-57. They've got it circling. Oh, look at that. Let's take a listen.
Very cool. Gotti Schwartz, thank you. We're going to take you now to an NBC News special report for more coverage.